Karen and Dennis waited 50 years to live out their forbidden love.
I went through hell to be with her, and we couldn't.
What made them let each other go and even give away their baby? Their closest people made them live a nightmare. They took away their dream of having a family. How did Dennis find his way back to Karen after all that time?
I never stopped thinking about it. She's always had a corner of my heart. She was always there.
Would they ever see their daughter again? This couple's story began more than 5 decades ago.
Karen and I met in high school in 1958.
As teenagers, we fell in love with each other.
It was kind of a fascination, probably. I was intrigued with him because he was very popular.
As the days passed by, they became inseparable.
And I only lived 2 blocks from the school, so he'd walk me home after school practically every day.
Then life brought them the greatest happiness.
We couldn't stand to be apart. One thing led to another, and we just got pregnant.
Karen was only 15, so her parents got mad. Against the couple's feelings, they took a radical decision.
I proposed to Karen, and everyone said no.
My parents thought that it would be better if we gave the child up for adoption.
Karen was sent to an unwed mother's home, and her parents forced the girl to give her baby away. Dennis spent the darkest time without his sweetheart.
I was not allowed to see Karen. It was a very difficult time when you wanted to be with the one you love.
He got to see Karen again on the day of the birth. The couple had just a few moments with their daughter.
We had a photograph taken of her, and that was the last of our memories of her.
Heartbroken, they thought they would never see her again. But Dennis didn't give up on a future with the girl he loved. He needed to prove his love went beyond barriers.
He asked me again to marry him, and I was all excited about it at first until I went home that weekend to tell my parents, and they did not approve of that at all.
Dennis joined the Army while Karen was sent away to college. He wrote her almost every day, but Karen's father intercepted all the letters and calls. After a while, she thought Dennis forgot all about her. They both moved on with their lives and married other people. Through the years, Dennis secretly hoped to find her. Devastated, the man thought he would never see his soulmate again. But 50 years later, destiny would bring them together.
On October 25th of 2014, a friend of mine asked me to join him on LinkedIn. I joined that. I saw the search bar up there, and I just typed in Karen Lehman, and there she was.
Dennis was long-time divorced, so the timing was perfect.
When I called her, the first thing I asked her was what's her relationship status. I said, if you're single, and if I'm single, I said, where do I fly into?
Karen became widowed some years ago, and the woman didn't expect to find love at her age. When Dennis called, she couldn't believe it. As soon as they saw each other, they knew the love was still there.
Just magic, you know. Got a car, and she ran around and she jumped on me, and I said, babe, you're home.
The couple didn't want to wait any longer.
I picked him up on a Monday night, and we got married on Thursday morning at 11 o'clock. And it did feel like nothing much had changed, including his dimples when he smiled and his sparkling eyes.
Of course, something was missing to complete their happiness. Karen was afraid of searching for their daughter after 54 years. But Dennis never stopped thinking about their baby girl.
One day when he said, Karen, it took me this long to find you. My life would be complete if we could find our daughter.
After a long journey, social services helped them to reach her. They sent her a letter and her husband received it.
And then one day I came home from work and he says, I think you better sit down. In the whole 30-some years of our marriage, he has never told me, I think you need to sit down.
Jean was overwhelmed after all these years.
You're 54 years old, you get this letter in the mail and you find out that your parents together are looking for you and that they just got married. oh my gosh.
The woman has a loving adoptive family, but she was always tortured by questions.
When he walked through the door and I looked at him, I was like, oh my gosh, because I've never ever looked like anybody.
Jean was deeply touched by her father's appearance.
The tears would just fill my eyes, and it was like, I look like somebody, and I kind of felt like I belonged.
Karen finally got the life that her parents stole from her.
The feeling, it was just unreal.
To see her in person and then to find out that she was so excited to see us, and we were all in tears hugging each other, and it was just the most heartwarming experience I've ever had.
Today, they spend time together as a big, joyful family. This couple's love is stronger than time and barriers. After 50 years, they love each other as much as the first day. Do you believe that true love always comes back?